by saying congratulations on the brand new album. I've had a chance to take a listen to it, and it's a great album, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. We had a great time in the studio, and I think the band is really good. The drummer is good, the production is good, so I'm really happy too.
So tell us a little bit about how this album came about. It's been a little while between albums for you. What sparked that to get this band back together and to get new members and to get back writing music again?
So the old band, Black Ant, that's probably what you're talking about.
Yep.
That split up like 2002. So we were like, in between school and work. So a couple of the members, they moved to Berlin. I moved down to Freiburg. We're in the south of Germany. So there was a big distance between the members. And so there was not really interest to continue the band anymore. So I studied music. I studied jazz and rock music, and the other guys, they had bars in Berlin and did other stuff. So and then I spent 10 years on the road with Bernard Ellison, a blues guitar player from the States, and I did my thing there as a sideman, as a guitar player. I played a lot in the States and in Europe and Africa. And so I'm a songwriter as long as I can remember. So there's always these ideas of doing albums. So I did 2 more albums. Like I did one in 2013 and one in 2016 that are a little bit more bluesy,
Yep.
And after that, I just came back to my roots, to my metal and thrash roots, and I just wrote the songs, and I thought, wow, it's gonna be a little bit more like the stuff I did before. So yeah, that's basically it.
Was there a certain something that made you return back to those roots? Like you said, you were a successful blues artist. Was there something that kind of called out to you again to go back to metal and thrash?
Not really. While I was in Bernard's band, we spent like 6 months a year on the road. So I was, my surroundings, it was all blues, like 24/7, just blues. But then I quit the band in, I guess it was 2015 or 16. I quit the band, and so I just came back to metal because I thought blues. As a German guy, singing blues is very hard. You need like the proper accent. When you have a German accent and sing blues, it doesn't work, And everything is done already, There is like you got these 12 bars and you got the 3 chords, and everything was like done already. The production is great. You got Joe Bonamassa, that's a great artist, and you got a lot of other stuff, artists. And so I don't know, I just came back. I like the aggression of thrash and metal, and so, yeah, it just happened,
So how did you go about putting the band together around you?
I wrote the songs all by myself, and I did my little demos on my computer, on my Logic. I did programmed the drums and the bass. I did it all by myself. And so I was looking around here in Freiburg, where I live, and then I found this guy online called Christoph Brandes, and he owns a studio. So I looked him up online and to see what he's doing, and I saw there's a lot of metal bands like all over Europe. They're coming to his studio to record a lot of the drum stuff, but also the complete album. So I gave it a try and listened to what he did, and I really liked it. So I called him and said, hey, I got this 8 songs here, do you want to produce it? And it's right next to it's like 20 minutes, from where I live. So we met, and I showed him the songs, and he was like, cool, man, I like this music. That's what I am listening to in my private time, that's like the 80s, 90s thrash rock roots. Cool, I want to produce it, and if you don't mind, I would like to play the drums too. And so I thought, oh, cool, man, that's perfect. You've got a producer and a drummer in one person. That's cool. And and so I looked around, and I know the bass player. He studied with me jazz and rock music, so he's a cool guy. And I just called him and said, "Hey, I want to do this album here. You want to join?" And yeah, of course. And that's basically it. It was a pretty quick story.
So tell us a little bit about what was influencing you when you sat down to write these tracks. We've been in a crazy place in this world in the last few years. What kind of things were influencing you when you sat down to work on the tracks?
I started writing the songs about 2017, so there wasn't any pandemic and no wars in Europe and everything, so it was all pretty calm. And I worked a lot in a theater in Switzerland. I played with symphonic orchestras and like other bands, and that's where I got a lot of these influences from. I don't know if you know the intro from the album, that spaghetti western, and with a million guitars put on top of each other, the layering and the harmonies and the different modes in a musical way. You got those Phrygian type of songs and the Aeolian and this major and minor. That's where I mean this working in the theater and all these different musicians and this extremely high level, this where they are very good musicians. So that influenced me a lot, and yeah, that's probably what it was, working in a theater with a million other very good musicians, and it's a creative pool. It's where it comes from.
The influences from blues music is also very strong with this album. What was that like for you when you first sat down to work on this album? Were you aware of how many other influences were coming into that classic metal sound for you?
Not really. Of course, I didn't try to make like a blues record, 12 bar and stuff. Of course not. I guess this what you call the blues feeling or sound that still sticks in my fingers from my time, from the 10 years being on the road with Bernard Ellison. That's like a accent dialect when you talk, still in the fingers. So I can't get rid of it. And yeah, but I guess that's my style.
So we mentioned about the last couple of years being pretty crazy. Did that hold things up for you at all? Did you find that it was the kind of the wrong time to release an album in the last couple of years because of the lockdowns and things like that?
I thought about it, but I think the timing right now is okay to release it in June, because I don't know how it is in your country, but here it's pretty back to normal. So there's concerts, there's parties. So right now it's cool, and I think the timing is great because people want to go out and want to listen to new music and stuff. So I don't know what the winter or the next couple months bring. Maybe it comes back and we're all locked down again. So, but right now I think it's a good decision to release it in June.
Yeah, we're all fully open here. I think we do have some of the highest COVID numbers we've actually had, and I actually caught it a couple of weeks ago, but everything's opened back up now because of the high vaccination rate. So yeah, we're pretty much back to normal. But for you now, what's the plans for the rest of this year after the album comes out?
So I'm getting a second guitar player to. We're rehearsing right now with the second guitar player. To do all the guitar stuff that's on the album by myself and sing, it's probably impossible unless you have like 15 arms and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. We got a summer break right here. I'm going on holiday in July, so I'm 4 weeks, in Portugal on the beach and relaxing. And then when I come back, for like September, October, we're planning shows. Yeah, we want to play live.
Awesome. Well, I hope one day that you plan to come to Australia, because I would love to hear this music being played live. But for now, what would you like to say to everybody out there before they go out and grab a copy of the album?
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the interview here, and give my music a try, listen to it, and take your copy or stream it online, whatever, spread it around, and I hope you have fun listening to it.